Edge. Since 9/11, we've all been on the edge. Addressing this may be helped in this book that Samar Jarrah has written tonight, before this. And it's a quest that we all have, is to get together, come together. I have to make mention that next month my show will be taken over by Ben Dichter, a young man who's head of Mobilize Youth. He'll be doing it in July, August, and September, and then I'll come back in October and pick up where he left off. He's going to have his own show at that point as well. Samar Jarrah has written a book called Arab Voices Speak to American Hearts, and this is what will be discussed tonight, her book. I'm going to read a little about her background. She's begged me not to talk too much about name dropping here, but I'm going to drop a couple names anyway.
Something you need
She's
to
born
know.
in Kuwait of Palestinian parents, naturalized American citizen. She is. Lived in Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Saudi.
Something you need to know about this show. This woman, Samar Jarrah, is a Sunni Muslim. She's from Palestine. She lived in Saudi Arabia a little bit. Her husband, I think, is now divorced. But when I attempt to talk to her about the Wahhabis who took over Saudi Arabia back in '79, at the same time the Iranians were having the taking of the hostages in Iran, the Wahhabis took over Saudi Arabia. When I attempted to discuss that with her, she said, "I'll walk out of the show if you continue to talk about this." And she did not want to be tied into 9/11 because that is what the Sunnis were. They were Muslims who did 9/11. If I talk about the Wahhabis who took over the monarchy in Saudi Arabia, who then financed 9/11, well, golly gee whiz, folks, what do you think that's about? Why would she threaten to walk out? I did 2 shows with her, this one and one more, and she threatened to walk out in each of those if I dared talk about the Wahhabis, who threatened the monarchy with death if they didn't move to Sharia law in the extreme. And Sharia law is what is underneath what all the ISIS and all of the terrorist groups do. They use those rules, 24 rules. The last rule is the rule of you must lie to promote Islam. That's really basically what the 24th rule of Muhammad is. And almost every Sunni is under threat of death if they dare talk about openly, especially with someone who is a infidel and or apostate. If you're not a Sunni, you're an apostate. If you're Catholic, you're an apostate. If you're a Jew, you're an apostate. If you're a Shia Muslim, you are an apostate. You're only worthy of death and nothing else. It's totally anti-Western. And she would not talk about that. She's too afraid by revealing anything, that she would be under threat of the same thing. So that's what happened as a premise for this show. So I'll say no more. Please watch the show and listen closely.
Arabia and Egypt. She interviewed the following people: Edward Shevardnadze, some of you may know who that is, Minister of the Soviet Union; Rajiv Gandhi, late Prime Minister of India; King Hussein of Jordan; Queen Noor of Jordan; Tariq Aziz, who's in prison in Iraq. And distinction, she worked as a project volunteer for Mrs. Hosni Mubarak, the wife of the Egyptian president. I'm going to shift to this page, which says she has a Master of Arts degree in Political Science, University of South Florida, Tampa, 99. Emphasis in comparative politics, a thesis of vital role of water in Jordan River Basin and the peace process. And that seems to be a real emphasis of yours today. Bachelor of Arts in Middle East Studies, American University in Cairo, and 83, and a Fulbright scholarship, and that never goes away. You can't bury that as much as you might try. You had a...
Please subscribe if you find this show interesting. Let us know what your thoughts are. Please subscribe. Thank you very much. Come to the edge in every way.
With CNN in Amman, Jordan, as a reporter. And
contributor, actually.
And a contributor.
Not a reporter, a contributor to a program called CNN World Report that was a Sunday program where reporters from all over the world would send 3 minutes from their home countries. So I was always based in Amman, Jordan.
Well, that clarifies that. News editor and reporter for Jordan Television, JTV, Amman, Jordan. Editor and reporter, Jordan Weekly, Amman, Jordan. Political science instructor, University of South Florida.